Hey, it's Manu with 22 Sound. Welcome to our weekly new vinyl release alert. It's the home edition. Yeah, after over 2 years, I finally jumped on the COVID bandwagon as well. But all is good. I'm responsible. I'm staying here. I'm not spreading it. But I'm, of course, still checking out new music so that I can bring you the highlights of the vinyl release week like we do every week. This week we're looking at July 22nd, 2022. And before we get into it, as always, I'd like to ask, please subscribe to our channel, like the video, comment, and of course follow us on our social media at 22 Sound Records. This week we're starting with an emerging rock band. It's Fame on Fire. They're releasing their second album, Welcome to the Chaos. And yeah, they've really been gaining some traction. It's a band that kind of combines rock, rap, a little bit of new metal at times too. It's almost a little bit of a throwback to a certain degree to like the sound of the 2000s, and I guess everything goes in circles, and this sound has had a little bit of a comeback in recent years, I would say. They had a having right now, I guess, a pretty big hit with Plastic Heart, been on heavy rotation on a lot of rock radio stations. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. They might have a pretty big career ahead of them. Really catchy choruses, pretty polished, but modern production. So they've been able to kind of gain a pretty wide, pretty young audience. So we'll see if they're part of a bigger revival here, but definitely a band on their way up. It's Fame on Fire, Welcome to the Chaos. Yeah, and a guy that can't go much further up, I guess. It's already a legend. It's Nas, and he is releasing his second of two 2021 albums, Magic, on vinyl now. As we're kind of used to it in the hip-hop world, unfortunately, the vinyl release takes a little time. This was released in December of 2021, but here it is now. And I guess Nas doesn't really need to be introduced to anybody, but one thing that I always kind of think when it comes to people like him, those big legends of 90s hip-hop, is something that we've noticed here at our store in the little time that we've had it, is a big difference between kind of the hip-hop crowd and the metal rock crowd. It seems like really when it comes to metal, even if the teenage metalheads, they respect the classics, they get their Black Sabbath, their Iron Maiden, and so on. While in the hip-hop world, it seems like the people gravitate much more towards the new artists, and sometimes kind of surprised that, yeah, those big names from the 90s are not as much in demand as they are, or like their comparisons, I guess, will be in the metal world. I'm curious if other record store owners might have the same experience, but there's definitely some that kind of stand out. Nas is one of them, maybe Outkast. So there's some, but it's interesting to see that kind of difference in the interest between those fan groups of different genres. Well, anyway, Nas, an absolute legend, coming back with new music, so I guess he's a little bit of both. Let's see how that goes. Magic. Yeah, next album is Oceans of Slumber's brand new album, Starlight and Ash. And I gotta say, I'm pretty excited about this one. Oceans of Slumber has been around for, let's say, like roughly 10 years or so. They kind of started out as a prog metal band, maybe kind of comparable to bands like Mastodon or Opeth or so. They had some like growly vocals, a little bit of a doomy side to it, but pretty long, complex songs. And over the years, they kind of adjusted their sounds and have been utilizing their amazing singer, Cammy Beverly, more and more, I find, or better and better, I find. But this album seems to be really a big departure from judging from the singles that I've heard so far. It seems like they're kind of reining it in. They're writing a little more compact, a little shorter songs, and from what I've heard, I find it is working out really well for them. This is a really great band, really kind of able to come up with their own unique vibe, and they have such an amazing singer with and she comes up with such amazing vocal melodies. I really think they could have something special here coming at us. I've heard it described as Southern Gothic. Maybe we'll call it Southern Gothic Doom. Definitely something not only for metal fans. I think this is something that could really cross over way beyond the metal world that they kind of come out of. Oceans of Slumber, Starlight and Ash. Next up, another guy that we really don't need to introduce. It's Jack White and his second album of the year. It's Entering Heaven Alive. Yeah, just a few months ago he released Fear of the Dawn, which I thought was absolutely great album. It's really fun, just really creative and high energy, great album. This, according to him, is a little bit of a mellower album, and I think he called it a Sunday morning album in an interview. So basically we get to see the other side of Jack White, which he is, historically speaking, really good at too. So really curious about this possibly very different Jack White album, Entering Heaven Alive. And then we have a brand new band that sounds really old. We have Color Green with their self-titled debut album. Yeah, this is one for the old school stoners, I would say. Yeah, definitely a band that listened to like the 60s kind of stoner bands, and it's very laid back, twangy, fuzzy, but it's really good songwriting, and yeah, it's just a really good time. They got a little attention with their self-titled EP. So I mean, they don't even bother about giving titles to their stuff. But it's so from what I've heard so far, really, the EP was really cool. The songs that have been pre-released from the album, it's just really laid back, nice old school rock, really kind of bringing back the 60s vibe. So if you like that kind of stuff, this might be a really cool band for you. Color Green. And last but not least, we always like to throw in some reissues. Here's 5 of them all at once for you. Motley Crue is reissuing all of their first 5 albums. Speak, the albums that most people actually care about. I love Motley Crue. I would say my order of Motley Crue awesomeness would be Shout at the Devil, Dr. Feelgood, Too Fast for Love, Girls, 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 Theater of Pain. But me personally, I really loved Saints of Los Angeles too. So I know a lot of people will disagree with me, but I might actually throw that one in right between Dr. Feelgood and Too Fast for Love. I thought it was just absolutely amazing. But anyway, let us know in the comments what you think about it. Been pretty hard to get some of those records, so nice that they're getting a reissue. But yeah, let me know how wrong I am about my order of Motley Crue albums or anything else or other releases that you're excited about. As always, you can go on our website 22soundrecords.com and see the full list. This is of course just a very subjective little snippet of all the releases that are about to come out on July 22nd. Alright, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hope I see you all next week again. Thanks for watching.